Good morning, everybody. It's Friday morning, and I'm feeling good. Feeling better than I felt 27 seconds ago because when the countdown started, your boy felt good. Felt like I got a new juice, a new flow. Man, what's good, everybody? Good morning to everybody, man. I'm glad to see y'all. Man, y'all popped up in the chat, active, doing what y'all do, supporting the Coach Smook Network and the AAA family. Thank y'all for pulling up this morning, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. What y'all doing? Let me get these comments, man. Tell everybody what's up this morning. Good morning. I saw y'all in the Discord, man. It was good to speak to y'all in the Discord this morning, but also to see y'all live here, man, and make your boy feel good. I'm trying a new layout on the screen today, so if I'm looking like left, right, it's because I'm trying to get this thing squared all the way away. I need like 2 more screens, to be honest, if we being real. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Zach coming in with the first comment of the day. I think Zach, when he sees the link go up, he come in and comment, man. Appreciate you for supporting Zach. We got 27 live right now on YouTube, 15 on Twitter. I need y'all to get these numbers up, y'all. We got to get back right. The season about to kick off. We got to get back right, y'all. Got to get the numbers back up. Got to get everybody back in here, sharing the link. Take 20 seconds right now. Everybody in the chat right now, take 20 seconds to share the link on your major social media platform. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Share it right now. Tell people we got the live call-in show this Friday morning. We got it. Oh, y'all see this? Look, red. Look at my face. Hold on. Red. Yeah, we getting some new lighting too. We're gonna get some new lighting. We got to get this junk squared away because we had it straight for a minute. And I think there it is. There we go. All right, that looked better. All right, so appreciate y'all for pulling up. Zach with the first comment. Trina coming through all the way from Canada, baby. Y'all know I don't say Canada, I say Canada. Yeah, my sister pulling up. Matt Farms, what's good, my brother? He said, howdy, folks. It's a great day to be alive. 100%, man. Rico, what's good? Greg McKinney is in the building. Mary J. Big sis, how you doing this morning? Good to see y'all, man. I love how y'all get in the chat and just start greeting each other, showing love. I think that's going to be something that a lot of people that end up joining this community and come to this channel for the live morning shows during the season, that's the one thing that they're going to appreciate. So y'all keep that energy up. Where's Kimberly at? I want to give a shout out to Kimberly personally. Kimberly makes sure she say good morning to everybody every morning. So yesterday when she didn't come in and say anything, it was different. And we had to go and check. We had to put an APB out for her. But yeah, Kimberly, if y'all need a good morning, go to the Discord. Kimberly gonna make sure you get your good morning. You just got to be active. If she don't see you active, she ain't gonna tag you in her special good morning post. So if you get tagged by Kimberly, in the Discord good morning post, that means you're doing something right. That means you active enough in this community. That means you know. Shout out to Travelpreneur Sports being in the building. Twin Nicole is in the building. My sister, Travelpreneur Sports. I see you, my guy. Antoine, my senior mod, is in here doing his thing, making do what it do. Little bro Gary gonna call me while, like, soon as I hit the live button, he gonna call me. And then tell my son, I said, who is this? And I knew who it was. I had picked my phone up and just answered because it was ringing. You know, the vibrating. I didn't want y'all to hear the vibration through the mic. So I picked it up without looking and just answered. And I heard his voice. I said, man, tell my son, oh, really? Man, you where your notifications at? You supposed to be in the chat already. All right, we have been live about a good 47 seconds. And you called me. I'm just playing. Good to see you this morning, my brother. He said, put him in the game. Oh, yeah, you're going to have a chance to get in the game today. You're going to have a chance to get in the game today because we got some content. I mean, we got some topics we're going to discuss. Y'all, it's only, I want y'all to listen to this real quick. We only got 5 weeks left till kickoff. 5 weeks. Don't it feel like we was just talking, a few days ago, talking about how this, we had 7 weeks or something like that. It feel like a few days ago, we was just talking about having 7 weeks until kickoff. So today we're going to dive into that conversation about the anticipation for the 2024 fall kickoff, 2024 Alabama football season. College football is really about to be exciting this year. I looked at a lot of clips from SEC Media Day. Yesterday was the last day for SEC Media Day. And I just was looking at some of the players that came out. I can't lie, and I can't be a homer right now. A lot of these teams and a lot of these players are feeling really good. They're very, it's a lot of confidence, and there's reason to be confident in the SEC this year. I think they said, excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all got hiccups bad just now. But I think they said all but 2 teams, all but 3 teams are bringing back the starting quarterbacks from last year, or quarterbacks with experience. Tennessee being one of the younger ones. You know, Nico only played 1 real game, the bowl game last season. But there's no doubt that young man is going to have a successful career at Tennessee if he just keeps on that same trajectory. So we'll dive into a little bit of the schedule today, get into just the phone call segment. Really want to dive into the phone call segment, y'all. My boy Pat from T-Ville, he said, Roll Tide Coach Smook from Mobile. Appreciate you for pulling up today, Pat. Pulling up today. Listen, we got a lot of stuff going on the channel today. Got a special premiere. Y'all know Coach Smook is dedicated to more than anything. You know, I'm an Alabama fan, first of all, but secondly, I probably, when it comes to my content and my agenda, what I want this network to be branded for, I want to give exposure to under the radar recruits. So today we will be launching our first episode, our first premiere of the Under the Recruit Radar series. I will be going live at at noon. I will end this live. So today's live is going to be straight like 2 hours, y'all. We're going to be done by 11. So don't feel rushed. Just know we on a schedule. We got content to push out. But at noon Eastern Standard Time, sharp, I will be live. I promise you I won't miss this one. This is a very special one. And I hope y'all can understand why it's special to me. One, because it's hometown, not just hometown, but like where I grew up at. This is home. Family still live there. Friends, family still live there. Everything I know is rooted in Phoenix City, Fort Mitchell, Alabama. And to be able to feature this young man, this athlete on this Under the Radar series, it makes me feel awesome. Like it feels good. And then to know that a lot of people are counting on me and this network and our family to continue to grow this brand and provide the exposure for these kids, man. You guys are doing something. You guys are doing something great. So I appreciate y'all for supporting. Thank y'all 100%. Susan, I appreciate you, my sister, and the coach of the year. She giving me the coach of the year honors already. Season ain't started yet. Wait till the NCAA come out. And y'all, we got some more information about our league. It's going to be the community. Even if you don't play the game, you're going to be able to be involved in the league. The entertainment value behind it is going to be second to none. I see a lot of people out here playing the game already, streaming it, trying to be replicas. But you know, once you do what you do, nobody can do it like you, right? And so I encourage those guys to, you know, I went and looked at some of the stuff, and first thing I encourage you to do is at least play the game like 5-6 hours before you go live, embarrassing the University of Alabama. I seen my boy, I think that was Jance, came on live and was getting beat. And then Kyle Henderson, my guy, he was over there live as soon as it released, getting beat by Western Kentucky. My boy, Coach Dredd, he out here getting beat with Colorado losing to FCS schools. I'm like, bro, we can't do that. We can't do that. It's a discredit to the community, right? Is my internet lagging? Hold on a second. Let me check something, y'all. It looks like I'm glitching a lot. Am I glitching y'all, or is it just me on my end? Looks like I'm dragging across the screen some. If so, I'm gonna just go out the live. We'll take a quick intermission. I'll run a clip or something and we'll reset the live. 4-star QB battle between you and Ty. You said 4th string QB battle? Oh, snap. What up, Gary? Yeah, man, my people. Kimberly, look, renewing her membership. I told y'all, Kimberly gonna make sure she locked in. She be working hard. Welcome back, sis. Appreciate you for doing what you do. She became a member of the AAA family. Listen, is that the first? Yeah, AAA is the first one. AA is the second one, and single A is the first one. And VIP is the top one. So appreciate you for coming in. I get to see all of y'all's membership when you jump on the membership train. I get to see what type of member you're becoming now, because I pulled up another backdrop or whatever. But yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Christopher Perp, anyone else not a fan? How little hours you got to recruit in the dynasty mode? Facts, Christopher. I've been hearing a lot of conversation about that. I haven't experienced it yet. Like I said, I got to get my system in my game. I'm behind the power curve, man. Life been lifing, so definitely got to prioritize some things. But that PS5, man, I'm actually in a PS5 giveaway. And if things fall through like I want to, I've won that PS5, right? I won that one, but we have some opportunities available where these our partners, sponsors, whatever you want to call them, they're willing to go ahead and donate a PS5 to Coach Smook Network, and that'll be awesome. Save me some money. I got children, I got bills. I'm trying to get back on my feet, trying to make sure this network stay established. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get the content out there, but at the same time, we got to maintain. So if anybody partnering with Coach Smook Network wants to contribute anything to help the content grow, always reach out to us, man. Always reach out to us at coachsmook@gmail.com or Coach Smook Network. I'd rather you do it Coach Smook Network at gmail.com. Coach Smook at Gmail handles a lot of just the content. Coach Smook Network is where we handle a lot of our business dealings and endeavors. So appreciate that. Let me check this. Okay, so I don't know why is glitching on that end. So what I'm gonna do, y'all, I'm gonna have to take a brief intermission, right? Because I'm lagging bad on the PC side. I'm gonna have to take a brief intermission. I'm gonna run these clips. As a matter of fact, what I can do, let me see if I got something I could put on here for y'all until I come back, because it's only gonna take 2 minutes. So let me and y'all can run the chat up, man. I want y'all to run up some comments. I could run some practice film. I'll run some practice B-roll while we go out and reset our system. But y'all drop some topics for today. When we talking about SEC Media Day, I want y'all to drop some hot bids of comments that was made, everything of that nature while we reset this PC, y'all. I'm sorry about the inconvenience, but we got to have it right. I can't have this lagging for y'all. Y'all deserve way better than that. So let me reset this, and then I'll get back to y'all in just 2 minutes, all right? Are we back? Am I back? Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Yeah. Let me bounce to this. Shoulders. Yeah. Man, I'm feeling good, y'all. Look, technical difficulties and all, y'all. We good? Yeah, we in here. Yeah, Kim, I had to call my work and tell them I'll be late. I didn't wake up early enough to have my vegetables this morning. 100%, man. Appreciate y'all for sticking around, man. Thank y'all for understanding. Y'all, we don't have no control over this technical stuff, this internet and stuff. So I appreciate y'all. Listen, I got a question. I had a question up on the screen, y'all. This gonna be the first topic of conversation to kind of break. Well, you know what? Before we get into that, I want y'all to think about y'all answers. That I got a very inspirational moment for y'all this morning. Very inspirational moment for y'all. You want me to tell you why? Because I'm going through something, and whenever I feel like I'm going through something, I feel like that's the time I need to speak up and be more vocal, right? Instead of bowing down and falling back and being mad about everything. So this morning inspirational moment, man, it don't need no worship music. It don't need no, this is the perfect music. This is the perfect music for our morning inspirational. Not even gonna lie, y'all. Not even gonna lie. So let me go full screen on these boys real quick. Listen, today's morning inspirational moment is brought to you by the Bible app. The devotional series that I'm working on right now is called Made to Win. And this is a 4-day devotional. I started this 3 days ago. So tomorrow will be my last day on this devotional. But today's devotional was particularly something that I just needed to be reminded of today, right? One thing that I need to be reminded of today was that I can always count on God, man. I can always count on God. You can always count on God. I need y'all to hear that. What's up, Jay Still? How you feeling? I need y'all to hear that. You can always count on God. How many of us have best friends? How many of us have parents, siblings, whatever, family members, somebody in our life that we can really pull up and say, I can count on this person no matter what it look like, no matter what I'm dealing with, any time of the day, any time of the night, no matter where they at, some way, somehow they're going to show up for me, right? How many of us have those people? If you have those people, put a hand emoji, like you raise your hand in the chat like we in church. I want y'all to understand that look at that person, think about that person, where they at, what they're doing right now. And if push came to shove right now, could they get to where you are right now and be there for you if you absolutely needed it, right? And there's nobody in the world that can do that at the capacity that God can. And I'm reminded of this, and I want to get into the reading. It says, one of the greatest things about a believer is that we always have someone we can count on. No matter what our needs are or what we may be going through, we can always count on God to be there for us. Psalm 62:8 tells us to trust in him at all times. Ye people, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. We must understand that God is our refuge, or in other words, our safe house. No matter what it looks like, y'all, there's times where we really just, like right now, I'm in a space right now, y'all. I'm in a space right now where I don't know which way to turn. I don't know what the next move is. I feel like everything's like caving in around me. I feel like, anything I say, it is misinterpreted, or if I step this way, I'm gonna experience a pain that I'm not trying to deal with right now. I'm gonna experience a level of uncomfortability that I'm not cool with. Like, I'm not trying to be in that space right now. But in order for me to get to my next phase, I have to go that route. There's no way around it. There's no way. I can't back up. If I back up, I'm doing what I'm going against my commitment to not retreat, right? But at the same time, y'all, I'm sitting there, I'm wondering, like, why does my forward motion seem to be feeling so much resistance, right? And I took a moment, and I mean, the last 3 days have been straight crap, y'all. Straight crap when it came to dealing with, people close in my circle. Everything left. My finances. I mean, the only thing that's been like keeping me sane and letting me know that God is really trying to push me in a certain direction is the simple fact that I can call my kids, and it's certain things that my kids say. And mind you, we're talking about 7 and 8 year olds, right? It's certain things that they say when they listen to me talk or I talk to them, and they like, it's okay, daddy. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be rich, daddy. We'll go to Disney World next year, daddy. Like those things make me, not only do they remind me of what my drive is and where my why is, but they also remind me, man, that this ain't the worst. God is really keeping me to even be able to talk to them and receive that encouragement. That's God showing that He is always there. I promise you, if you in the midst of something like me right now, and you was to take a moment right now and just sit back and really just stop and think about where you have to go and what you're doing and what it takes to go through. Like me, I thought about some of the things I had to do in order to get to the next stage. And though that walking through that door may be uncomfortable, or taking that route may be uncomfortable, it's not going to take me out. It's nothing life threatening. God won't put more on you than you can bear, right? And you have to be okay with trusting Him, knowing that you can count on Him no matter what it looks like, y'all. I'm telling you, there's been times. How many of y'all have ever been in your car, right? And when you crank that mug up, it's on E, right? It's on E, but somehow or another, it's running. It's running. But that needle's on E, or that meter says E. And so guess what you do for people with any type of up-to-date card that tracks mileage, guess what? You start clicking to see what's your mileage left on it to E is, what your mileage is left to E. Even though that meter or that thing says E, you want to get verification from that mileage. God is that verification. He's that option in the screen, in the system, that when you really want to know where you at before you get to your next stage, just sit back and ask God, what am I doing? Where do I go from here so that I'm not wasting any more movements? I'm not running into anything that I'm not supposed to. I'm going through everything I need to go through so I can get to my next space. And when you ask yourself that, you'll start getting some good answers. You'll start receiving the most simplest answer, and that's trust Him. Trust me. You just got to get up and go. You got to go through trials to get triumph and victory. Facts 100%, Susan. Good morning, Veronica. Appreciate you for pulling up. My brother Bino is in the building. What's up, Caleb? God said God will allow more on you than you can bear, so you will call on His name. Right. 100%. But people say He won't put more on you than you can bear. The thing is, the weight that He's giving to you is for you to carry so that He can help you. Right. So it's not something that you can't bear. It's what He's wanting you to bear so that He can help you and show you that He can carry you through this thing. So I trust God. Even in this moment of uncertainty, relationships are changing, like for real. My family life is changing. My career goals are changing. My business relationships are changing, right? My friends that I usually talk to on a day-to-day basis. It's like 3 or 4 friends. I thought about it yesterday. I was like, dang, I ain't talking to my boy. And when I reached out, the response time was so immediate. So I said, you know what? It made that time where we didn't talk, God strategically planned that, because I needed to be locked in for this project we did last week. So I thank God, man. And I want to encourage y'all to continue to trust Him. Trust Him. There are things in your life happening right now as I speak to you. Some of you have a phone bill that needs to be paid. Some of you have a light bill that needs to be paid, and you're trying to figure out, should you set up a payment arrangement to pay that bill? Some of y'all are trying to figure out, can I work an extra job to make an extra $200 something this week? Or can I find something? Can I go somewhere and get a loan? Or all of these different things. And God is just trying to tell you, with all of those thoughts going through your head, if you just take a moment right now, and I'm gonna stop the beat. If you take a moment right now, in this moment of peace, in this moment of quiet time, listening to Coach Smook Network, wherever you are, if you just take a moment right now, and I'm gonna change the music up because I want y'all to really embrace this. This is a moment I feel like God is really using the network once again, man. Y'all remember when my parents came on, and it's like we felt the shift of energy? That's what I feel right now. I don't know what everybody's going through. I don't know what everybody's going through, y'all. I don't know everybody's particular situation. My sister in here, my oldest sister is in here, and me and her had a great talk when I was home 2 weeks ago. Had a great conversation. And we sat out there, and we haven't been able to talk face to face like that in so long, man. And it was encouraging to know that I'm not going through all these battles by myself. But leaving that conversation, all the stuff that we felt like we was going through, finances, life changes, ministry, they set up their new church and doing all these things. And My brother-in-law, he's on the road back driving again. And, time things, all of these things that can really throw you off if you try to handle them on your own, right? And that's the problem. We try to handle these things on our own. But if you can take this moment right now and close your eyes, don't think about anything that you got to handle. Don't think about anything right now. If you have that space right now, if you're driving, don't close your eyes. Ain't trying to cause no accidents, but really clear your thoughts right now and really thank God for the ability to trust him. And I guarantee you, if you've wholeheartedly just remove all your worries from whatever that situation is, like me right now in this moment, I'm not worried about my children's safety on this road coming down to Georgia. I'm not worried about, their mother and her ability to do whatever. I'm not going to worry about that no more. I'm not worried about when the next lump sum of cash is going to hit my account. I'm not worried about that no more. I'm not worried about the next time I can contribute to, I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm looking forward to the opportunity to contribute to helping somebody else financially, even if I ain't got it. I'm not going to worry about it though. You hear what I'm saying? I'm going to trust God with it. I'm going to pick this moment right now in this time and space of where we are with my family, with everything that I'm going on. I'm going to trust God. That's what I'm going to choose to do. So if you're a part of Coach Smook Network, if you're part of this AAA family and you ready to see God do some great things in your life, trust him right now. And it don't take a whole emotional moment. It don't take, literally stop. Think about everything first. Think about everything. Bills. My child acting up. My spouse ain't hearing me. We not talking right now. My significant other, we not talking right now. My family, me and my parents not getting along. Me and my brother and sister not getting along. My son not listening to me. The dog sick. I got illnesses and stuff that I'm dealing with that's keeping me from working right now. I'm tired of working in this spot, but I need the job and I don't, I'm tired. I need rest. I need an answer. And your answer is to trust God today. So I encourage you today, remove all worry, remove all doubt, and understand that God has it. He has it. Trust him. Trust him. Don't worry. Some of us, sometimes we delay our blessings when we worry, right? Trying to figure out how we can get to our blessing faster. I have a friend that I do a devotion with. I've been doing this devotion with for the past 3 days. And this morning when she called, she said that was on time because she was like, I literally just told you this Monday. She was like, and she didn't share the devotional with me. I didn't share it with her. It was like this morning is when I shared the scripture text. And I was like, no, this is crazy that the scripture text is kind of alluding to what you told me. And then I read the devotional, and it was literally everything we talked about Monday. Today's Friday. Everything we talked about Monday. So I shared it with her and I said, you know what? It's crazy because God knows how to give you confirmation in the most subtle way, but he can also be obvious in his approach and how he tells you that this is what you need to do. And I hate that. You know what? I ain't gonna say I hate it. I'm sorry that this inspirational moment is taking a lot longer than usual, but I really feel like somebody out there needs to trust God, like for real right now. You're probably listening to this show. You're about to probably walk into work. You're probably about to walk into a meeting or walk into a situation right now where you really need to trust God. It feels uneasy and you don't know what to expect because it's not the norm. And God is providing this answer for you right now. And I'm not boasting and saying that I'm God or anything, but I really am available to be used by him. And I feel like he wants you to trust him. So if that's for you this morning, embrace it. And I encourage you to really just trust God on today, y'all. Trust God. Really trust God. I hope that encourages somebody. And for real, y'all, and from now on, going forward for inspirational moments, that prayer room is serious, y'all. That prayer room is serious. So if you're dealing with stuff, jump in our prayer room in the Discord. I need one of my mods to provide the Discord link. As a matter of fact, I got to put a new one in the chat. So for my moderators, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to start bringing the link to the Discord. I'm going to bring the Discord link for that day. I'm going to put it in the mod chat. because it does time out after 30 days. I did get notification of that. But y'all, take this link. All my mods, I just put it in there. Copy and paste that link. Somebody, one of the mods, and post it. Yeah, because it's a different link. So Bot Ricks, you're wrong. Let me fix Bot. But y'all, I appreciate y'all for enjoying that inspirational moment. Right after this commercial, we're going to get back into the show. I thank y'all for real, man. If you really need that today, if you really needed to hear that motivational, that inspirational moment about trusting God, I want everybody to put hashtag I trust God. Everybody that needed that, everybody that's really going to truly believe that. And God, you know, I'm Christian based in my beliefs, you know, and people have their own beliefs of who and what God is. To me, at this point in life, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a relationship with the creator, with the higher power that keeps you, that promotes positivity and keeps you on the mindset to do positive things for people, not just yourself, but for people, to be a better person, be a better human being, be a better spiritual being, walking amongst each other, creating value for others' lives, understanding value of life, right? Then I could support that. So it's not, you don't have to put a name to faith, right? You don't have to put a name or a religious category to supporting and being positive. Just trust God, man. Trust God. Trust God in this moment. Everybody that needed that, I see you. I see you, Shane. I believe God for you. Bino, I believe God for you. Nicole, I believe God for you. Kareem, I believe God for you. JB, I believe God for you. Zach, I believe God for you. Jordan, I believe God for you. Kimberly, I believe God for you, sis. Carla, I believe God for you. Susan, I believe God for you. Michelle, my big sister, I believe God for you. Mary J, I believe God for you. Trina, I believe God for you. Rico, I believe God for you. Davin Jones, I believe God for you. Everybody. And I did that purposely. I wanted you all to know that I personally, regardless of what I'm dealing with, I trust God for me. So why not trust God? Why not believe God for you? What's up, Mars Jams? Appreciate you for pulling up. I believe God for you. I believe God. Everybody's pulling up, man. I believe God for you. Ebony, I believe God for you. I believe God for you. Everybody in this chat right now. So if you really believe God, I trust God, hashtag I trust God. And let's jump into the show, y'all. Let's jump into the show. After this commercial, we'll get into it. Thank y'all for supporting the Coach Smook Network and the AAA family. And let's get into it, y'all. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family and earning your birth certificate, as we like to call it. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Crazy, y'all.
It didn't even used to look this good when I was coming through high school. Let's get down on the field. So we out here to talk about Bryson, man.
Yes, sir.
And I know you played a big part in his development, especially his confidence level on the field.
I remember when I first met Bryson, man, he was about 8 years old, man. He was just a little small kid running around on the field. He was playing with the defensive tight end. Refereeing the game when he ran a quarterback sweep to the left, man, and guy hit him, and he got caught up, man, and broke his leg.
Yeah.
Broke his leg at 9. Yeah, tonight, y'all, as y'all saw in the background, we will be having our first premiere of our Under the Radar Recruit series featuring Bryson Riggins, 2026 quarterback out of Russell County High School. This is truly an honor for me, y'all. I'm telling y'all, not only to be doing this show, the series, but knowing that I'm going back to my old high school, and there's a player that's experiencing similar type of path that I had to experience during my career and my growth and my recruiting at the high school level. But now there are things set up for him. And guess what? He's on the right track. That staff, that whole Russell County as a district is starting to make a conservative effort to pour back into their education system, but not just education, but their sports programs. That's something that that region of the state, that the city, that part of the city, Russell County has not gotten the best support historically, but to see this staff really be invested, to see the community begin to rally around this group of young men, this class of 26 is special. 25 guys, they kind of 25 and 24 guys, they kind of started it, but this 26 class, going into their junior year, they seem to have a good head on their shoulders, a good group of leaders, young veteran leaders, right? If that makes sense. But yeah, I'm excited to get into that. So yeah, love it. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Who else we had pull up? I seen Clinton in here, said he trusts God. I believe God for you too, man. Coach Carl Taylor, what's good, my guy? Listen, today's phone call segment is going to be a good one. But before we get into all of the Bama talk, let's get into a few of the things we got to see from SEC Media Day. Something that I found very interesting and funny. Check this out, man. Not funny. I think it was pretty good, and I didn't get a good picture. I ended up having to screenshot it. But if you look at this outfit today, these outfits from SEC Media Day from the Bama representation, right? I want to know who wore it best. Who wore it best? I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. Let me see if I can get that actual poll up. Let me see. Here we go. I gotta get another admin on here so y'all can do polls in the chat. You know what? But to be admin on the channel, you got it's some major responsibilities, and it's some major trust got to be instilled, because and I'll educate you on how to look at analytics so we can work on that. But who wore it best? Who wore it best? And where's my little thing to make polls and stuff? This is weird. Okay, there it is. I was about to say it wasn't up there for a second, y'all. Who wore it best? Malachi Moore, Coach DeBoer, Jalen Milroe. I ain't gonna lie, Milroe with the all black was tough. And then Book
Booker, Tyler Booker up there looking like the freshest offensive lineman, freshest Smurf you gonna get on the offensive line right now, boy. That blue look fire though on him. Not everybody could wear the color blue. And y'all see the ice around all these jokers' neck. You know what? I think if you had to guess the amount that these chains cost on each one of their necks, what's your guess? I know Miro's is at least 80,000. That 40, 50, maybe 50, 40, 50 at the minimum. All of them, man. These boys be spending. Hey, you don't get chains like that without spitting the grip, man. And they deserve it, man. You trying to teach them. These are guys that have been through the system. They didn't come in with NIL, right? They had to learn. They had to really create value for themselves. They went through the transition of NIL, and they're maximizing it, man. You look at a lot of the contributions that these guys make in the community. It's some good stuff. I wonder, you know what? With Microsoft having this outage, I wonder if that's why you see a lot of you said 100K each, 15 to 40K. I'm right there with you, Caleb. 100K would be crazy, right? 100K would be crazy. It's probably 50K minimum on those chains. You think so, the Kinesis? I'm thinking like 20, 30. The board looks classic. I like the board's look. As a coach, I think that's how you supposed to show up. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I did like Steve Sarkisian's burnt orange though. I hate Texas. I ain't gonna say I hate them. I hate Tennessee and Texas oranges, but like that outfit that Steve Sarkisian had, that was nice. So yeah, let me look at the chat now. Let me see y'all voting. Let me see how many votes we got. Let me get 4 more votes. We got 21 votes. Let me get 4 more votes to get in here so we can have a good range of questions. I see. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Milro's in the lead right now. That all black does something when you're talking about wanting to present yourself. Me personally, the tuxedo type collar, you know, like the I forget the material, the sash material, the shiny material. I would have kept it straight classic. You know what I'm saying? With a you know, they got their pins, they got the Alabama pins, you know, and the chain. I mean, did he have a tie on? I can't even tell by this picture. Let me go and see if I can find another picture. Does Miro have a tie on? Let me see. I don't think so. Yeah, none of the boys got ties on except for Malachi. No, Malachi ain't even got one on. Okay. I thought he would have kept it country, you know. Church boy. But yeah, man, no ties, man. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have had. I'm a bow tie type guy when I step out to events like that. So I definitely would have had a bow tie on. Something to accentuate the black. You know, that's probably what my sash color would have been. That black tie would have been sash. They dripped out. Yes, very, very much. I mean, I would step out in either one of these outfits from left to right. If I'm trying to be somebody's dad, I'm looking like Coach DeBoer. If I'm trying to take somebody's woman, I'm looking like, you know, Malachi. If I'm trying to get you to sign a business deal, you know, I'm gonna be dressed up like Jalen Miro, you know. And if I'm trying to I ain't gonna say what I would be doing if I was in Book's color, but yeah, it definitely involves the club and a cigar. You know what I'm saying? Pimping off to the side. Yes. I like it though. I like it. I like how we were able to show up and show out, represent the Bama brand. Nobody overdid it. And then I don't know if y'all seen Malachi Moore's his first cowboy hat. I think I seen a picture of that in here. Let me see if I could pull it up. Let me see. Here it is. It's the one right here. Here we go. Check this out. Malachi Moore with his first cowboy hat. Pretty cool, right? They caught him laughing. But that's his first cowboy hat. He's in Texas. Of course, I think it was like Dallas Day or something on Wednesday, right? Or something about Texas Day or something. And so they welcome the Texas and OU to the SEC, but they got their own little taste of Texas. And you see the Alabama A on it, right? The Alabama A on the top right there. It's pretty cool, y'all. Pretty cool. My boy out here dripped out. All right, let me end this poll. I'm gonna post the results for y'all. Or I'm gonna try to, because I don't have it up on here. Let me see. Who wore it best? 61% of you say Jalen Miro wore it best. 25% say Malachi, Coach DeBoer, and Tyler Booker. Nobody really voted for them, and I understand. Tyler in that blue, man. That's very bright. Not very bright, but it's just you would have asked. You would have wanted him to be more neutral. And then, but if you're going to step out, it got to be different. Like Malachi's, that mint green. I think it was like a mint green color, almost beige tan, almost. You know, it was like a mint green, off green. It was like a real light green. It was nice. Accentuate his flow. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, them boys, they definitely showed out. They wore it. And I appreciate y'all for tapping in with that and weighing in on that. I just like when the young men care about their appearance at the end of the day. You know, I love it. I love it. Top of the morning, my girl Nikki. What's up, Moon Rocker? Trina, I see you. CK ain't a change. He don't need to be. I don't think you 48, 49, about to go, you know, almost 50. Or is Kalen DeBoer 45? I don't even think he that old. But he's not 50 yet. And you don't need chains. I'm 34. And I've been looking for like a chain that fits everything, that goes with everything. It doesn't have to be crazy loud. Like I just need a good chain to accentuate. I mean, even with my watches and stuff that I purchased in the past and my style, like I don't like it to be super flashy, right? And I think that happens as you get older. Even when I was younger, I used to have a big old, especially in the military, for all my military folks, veterans. Y'all remember when we couldn't wear earrings? And on the weekend, we would buy them earrings, them big old diamonds. You know, everybody had one set of big old diamonds, you know. So I definitely enjoyed those times when we got to did get to wear our earrings. But yeah, that's probably the only time I really want a big jewelry. Shout out to Crimson Blood for the first super chat of the stream. Setting the tone, man. If you want to be a co sponsor for this stream, like my brother Crimson Blood 22 with the $22 super chat saying, Malachi looks suited and booted. Today's co-sponsors of the streams, all orange super chats will be acknowledged as co-sponsors for this stream today. All right. So yeah, enough small talk, y'all. And Crimson Blood, appreciate you. Bama fan, why haven't we talked about Chase Davis? You know anything about Chase Davis? Are you talking about the quarterback, 2026 quarterback? Are you talking about the 2026 quarterback? And why do people come in and just like, I'll never get it, y'all. I'll never get it. But let's jump into this. These subjects for today. Let me see. I'm trying to pull up my graphic. Chase Davis. I'm trying to think. He wasn't on the roster. He was on the spring roster. That's not the young man that I said we need to be watching out for, though. That came from Kool-Aid School. I forget that other DB. Yeah, I that's what I was about to say, Bama fan. It got to be the guy, Chase Davis from the roster. Chase Davis, I haven't heard anything about him. He, to me, the only standout as far as DBs that were walk-ons, preferred walk-ons that stood out was the young man that came from Thompson High School with Kool-Aid McKinstry. And they came out the same class, honestly. What's crazy is they came out the same class. Elijah May. That was the young man's name, Elijah May, number 38 on the roster. I think he, push come to shove, we could have some crazy injuries. Elijah May is one of those guys that has a Levi Wallace type story. You get what I'm saying? You put him on the field, he's going to be able to produce. But I haven't heard anything about Chase Davis. Bama fan, if you want to provide any insight in the Discord, in my DMs, that'd be cool. I'll check into it. But yeah, got my sub back active now, coach. Card had expired. Listen, ain't no problem, my dog. Appreciate you for resubscribing, man. My boy JB came through with a member super chat saying, Smook, get that RV ready. Man, JB said something so prophetic and profound the other day, y'all. It really gave me a boost in my energy, and my vibe for the network. It's going to Oh yeah, I seen that, Jordan. I seen that, and I ain't gonna comment on live, but I'll explain to y'all why that won't ever happen on Coach Smook Network like that. That's it won't ever happen. But shout out to Chase Davis, man, grinding and getting it, doing it how he do. But yeah, let's jump into the subject. Y'all, I almost forgot what we was talking about today. SEC Media Day. You know, tonight I plan on having a panel on tonight for our live tonight. But I want to know in your mind, who won SEC Media Day? Who won SEC Media Day? Out of the players, for Alabama, Coach Kalen DeBoer. Who won SEC Media Day? Who stepped up and said things that really caught your attention, that reassured you that this year's team is going to provide not only the entertainment, but there are going to be results. And I don't know. I don't even know how to ask this question. Who won SEC Media Day for you? For me, it would, as always, man, somebody who is very, very extensive with how they explain things during interviews, especially player interviews. Tyler Booker really commands the room every time he steps to the podium or he's in front of a camera. He really commands the room. And some key things that was said by Tyler Booker was, you know, the same things that were being echoed by Coach Kalen DeBoer. And you know what? A lot of this becomes repetitive to me because of the avenue I was working in, you know, the lane I was working in during spring ball. But it's good to know that the message hasn't changed. You know, this team expects to win. They're not giving themselves excuses. They're not trying to make up an excuse for why they shouldn't be, you know, SEC champs or shouldn't be in the playoffs or playing for a national championship. These are guys that believe that they are ready right now, regardless of the roster turnover, regardless of the coaching changes. It's a good thing to know that these guys have just as much confidence in themselves as we do as a fan base, if not more, right? And one of the highlights from the SEC Media Day was when when they asked Tyler Booker what they thought about Coach Saban's pick, you know, and he basically replied, he was like, Coach Saban taught us to not listen to rat poison, you know, and it's funny, man. It's funny because, you know, they take a little shots at not shots, but you can tell that it's a calculated move. And it all rounds back to, you know, Coach Saban's statements, you know, about who he picked. And he literally went on Feinbaum that same day, if I'm not mistaken, or the day after. And he was like, it was strategic. He knows what's at Alabama. And you could tell when he started speaking on it and talking about the talent that's available. But the confidence in Coach Kalen DeBoer from Coach Saban, to me, in knowing who Coach Saban is, and during my time watching him as the coach of Alabama, I think when he said it, that's what calmed the rest of the players. When he said, you know, this is a strategic thing. Coach Kalen DeBoer has won everywhere he's gone. Anytime you have a system of winning, doesn't matter where you go, you figure out when you're able to develop systems of winning, no matter where you go, you figure out how to win. And Coach Kalen DeBoer has been able to do that in places where the tools and the skill set may not make it easier to win, but everything that he's had available, he's used those assets and he's been able to experience great success, right? So I'm looking at his record, 104-12 currently right now. 3 of those losses came at Fresno State. 3 out of those 12 losses came at Fresno State, his first year there. Then the second year, 2 more losses, right? What else? Or what? No, they went 9-3 this second year. So 6 losses total at Fresno State. And then you go to Washington the first year and you lose 2 games that season, right? Then you come back this season and you only lose 1. Where am I missing the game at? I want to say Fresno State. He probably went 8-4 that second year. I can't remember. But there's 12 total losses of him he has a interim head coach loss too. So that's one of the losses. You look at the numbers and you're like, man, this even with those losses and how they amounted, those are still winning seasons, right? He's never had a losing season as a head coach. The closest thing he's came to a losing season was COVID year when they went 3-3. The season get cut short. You know, the other 4 games they get canceled or whatever. Or the other 6 games get canceled. But they were on a trajectory to have more wins and a better record than they did the previous year before Kalen DeBoer got there at Fresno State. So I look at how he's taken every opportunity and changed cultures and started to win. And I'm excited. I'm excited. And so you hear players like Tyler Booker, you hear Jalen Miro, you hear Malachi Moore. They're all echoing how they trust in his ability to coach them on how to win. Winning coaching habits, right? And Coach Saban jumps up and he says the same thing. So for me, SEC Media Day wasn't just won by one person. It was won by the whole group of guys that showed up. Tyler Booker, Jalen Miro, Malachi Moore. All 3 of these guys came up, and you could tell it's a conservative effort to say, we are aware that we are being counted out. We are aware that people don't expect us to do whatever, but our motivation isn't to prove them wrong. Our motivation is to show up for Coach Kalen DeBoer, show up for each other, knowing that we was a step, a play away from going to the national championship. People really gonna have to feel our hurt, and Kalen DeBoer gets to share that same sentiment because he was in the game. He was in the championship game, and didn't get the prize. So they get to share that same common ground, that same hurt, and use that as fuel to the fire. And I can't wait to see it unfold. Looking at this at the depth chart, y'all. Looking at not the depth chart, but looking at the roster, man. I want to go over the updated roster. We were talking about how deep and talent this is. I just want to scroll through the roster, right? I want to scroll through the roster, and when y'all see names that y'all feel like are going to, I mean, it's like you can't move through a position group without seeing the next big thing, right? The next big name or next coming out party for this player, right? Let me get this 2025 roster up for y'all. Let me get this up, bro. I keep typing 25 because that's all that's been in talk. You know, I'm done talking recruiting for the rest of the summer, y'all. I'm done talking recruiting for the rest of the summer. Ain't nothing else to look forward to. You got everybody that's going to commit. We've already got our setup ready for when they commit. Live commitments. You know, I literally have 3 more commitments lives that's already set up and ready to be pushed out for not necessarily live reaction, but the live stream itself. We're going to do live reactions to these commits that's coming over the next few weeks. And I think it's kind of like we have our 25 class right now. We have our 25 class. There are 3 or 4 more names that will be added to that. But 26 is where my focus is. So I'm starting to build a rapport with a lot of those guys. And then I'm also using resources to build up, our information flow of how we want to disseminate the information that we're finding. Right. I don't know what's going on with the internet today, y'all. Is Russia trying to attack us right now? Y'all let me know. So I can go. I ain't got, but like, I only got the pistol. You know what I'm saying? I only got the pistol. I only got the sidearm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got the big guns, you know? I need to know. Smook, who do you think will be the top 3 coaches in college football after the season is done? Good question, Brett. Top 3 coaches after the college football season is done. So this is how I arrange it. And I want you all to answer this too in the chat. Start dropping some names. Top 3 coaches. I'm going to say I'm going to have a most improved coach, right? A coach that's going to defy the odds. And you saying college football, that's going to be, let's say the top 25. Let's say in the top 25 right now, preseason top 25. Who's going to be the top 3 coaches in that? And I could pull that up. Shout out for the like on Facebook. Who is that? My boy, Josh Swint, man. Josh, hit me up. Text my phone, bro. Text my phone. I need my brother this weekend. We got to link up. Appreciate the like though over there on Facebook, man. He ain't even know. I don't think Josh watched college football. So he's one of the bros, was on my gaming squad. Show up and show love no matter what the content is. We got 45 live on YouTube, 69 live on Twitter. Y'all make sure y'all take a moment and share the stream, and share the stream on all your major platforms, because we about to dive into this question here. Listen, Brett says, Smook, who do you think will be top 3 college football coach? So number 1, I'm going to say the best college football coach this season will definitely, I truly believe Kalen DeBoer is going to get recognition. I think he's going to solidify himself as one of the top coaches for this season though, to come in after Coach Saban, the projected results that I'm looking for this season for my Crimson Tide, you're looking at worst 11-1 in my book, right, for regular season. And for that, you've not only come into the scene and been a, with 11-1, you get the same record as Coach Saban had at the end of the regular season. So you've been able to uphold the standard, but you've been able to do it with less time to work with these guys. You're talking about 15 spring practices. And then 3 weeks of fall camp, right? So another 15 practices going into fall camp, right? And I think most of those days, you only practicing 4 days a week. Monday is recovery. Tuesday is kind of like your introductory walkthrough. Wednesday is your heavy day. Thursday is another heavy day. And then Friday is another walkthrough. So you're talking about another 9 full contact practices during fall camp to get ready for week 1 against West Kentucky. So a total of 25 to 30 practices with this team to go 11-1. That just goes to show you that you can win everywhere you go. Number two. Let's say an obvious choice. Top 3 coaches in college football this year. Obvious choice. I'm gonna jump right there and stay with Kirby Smart until otherwise proven. Kirby would have to lose 4 games this year for me to not say that he's a top coach in the nation, top 3 coach in the nation. He would have to lose 4 games, but and the games would have to be like close losses. It wouldn't have to be blowouts. Close losses to me, and this is just my personal opinion. Close losses is on more so. If I had to put a percentage on weight of who it's on, I say it's like 70-30 coaches, players, close losses, because in close losses, players are adept to doing what they're allowed to practice, right? They're adept to doing habits that they're allowed to practice. So in a close loss, if I haven't, as a coach, I haven't taken time to do an extra 15 minutes on form tackling, and is third and 11, and they pass it, and we PI or a legal hit on the receiver, something to dislodge the ball. That's a lack of discipline, and that's on me as a coach because I allowed it in practice. So I think Kirby Smart have to have some type of that type of loss in order for me, 4 of those for me to say he's not a top 3. And then number 3, I'm gonna say new coaches on the scene, man. You got so many new coaches in college football, and I'm gonna pull up the current Power 5 college football coaches right here. And I'm gonna pull up the whole list, y'all. They got the list right here. And here we go. Here go the diagram I had earlier this year. Let me see. Here we go. CBS Sports. Shout out to CBS Sports. And this is as a matter of fact, instead of me talking about the top 3, how would y'all like to go through CBS Sports list of top 25 coaches? Look at us going impromptu, shooting from the hip. I'm gonna share this tab. I think we can do this. Top 25 gives us a wider range. Let me look at some of the comments before we jump into this. What's up, Carl? Evan Airlines Grinder. Even Airlines Grinder with this stuff for the Microsoft stuff. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I'm telling y'all, is Russia? Y'all let me know. I hit that end live real quick. I ain't about to listen. I ain't going to no conflict, no war on an empty stomach. All right. So if it's about to go down, right, I need to go get a biscuit. Okay. I need to go get a few biscuits. If it's about to go down, let me go get something to eat first. Okay. Because if I have to fight on an empty stomach, it's not going to be good for who I'm supposed to be protecting. All I'm be thinking about is food. Pastor B, what's good, man? Pulling up, showing love. Y'all, we got some special things planned. Rev, if y'all follow him on Twitter, Rev B on Twitter, he's going to be coming onto the Coast Swoop Network soon in a very familiar form. Y'all just be on the lookout for it. But y'all, let me get a biscuit or something before we go fight these Russian folks and whoever trying to attack us. Who y'all think it is? Let me know. Somebody, drop some name. listen, man. Oh Lord, let's do it. All right, y'all. So check this out. Here we go. Top 25 coaches. This is based off of CBS Sports, their website. They put together this list. So number 25, they saying Matt Campbell. I like it. Marcus Freeman, Josh Heupel, 23. Let's see who else on this list. Sonny Dykes at TCU at 22. Eli Drinkwitz at 21. They got some tough. I like all of these coaches. Jeff Brom is a good coach at Louisville. Kirk Ferentz up at Iowa. I don't think he gets enough credit. Iowa is not in a prime position to compete in recruiting, but they always have a way of disrupting the Big 12. I mean, the Big 10. And I love it. I love what Iowa does. And they always are going to present a solid defense. They're going to present a solid defense. Kirk Ferentz last year was just having a quarterback and 2 wide receivers away from being a solid team in the Big 10. You look at how their defense played against Michigan and Ohio State. They played those teams good. Luke Fickell at Wisconsin. I'm starting to get off of that train. Very overrated. North Carolina State got some great things going. Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State, a long tenured coach. Everybody talk about how long Coach Saban was at Alabama. Mike Gundy's been at OU just as long, if not longer. The 8th time the Cowboys have won 10 games in season during Gundy's 18 seasons. So Mike Gundy been, you got to give him his respect. Ole Miss at 14 with Lane Kiffin, Chris Kleiman. I think if I had to pick a third guy, Brett, it would definitely be Chris Kleiman at Kansas State. What he did coming from North Dakota, North Dakota State, I like what he's doing at Kansas State. And I believe Kansas State might be a big surprise in the Big 12 this year. They're going to be a huge surprise. Kansas, Lance Laporte, they're on the turnaround. They're on the up and up. Penn State, James Franklin, still not believing it, y'all. Still not believing it. Definitely not believing Lincoln. And how does he get in the freaking top 10? I heard somebody debating about Lincoln Riley the other day saying that he could develop quarterbacks. Who? Where? Which quarterbacks? He got a Jalen Hurts in the transfer portal that had started developing the year before he got to him. I think he also had who else did Lincoln Riley have at Oklahoma? Baker Mayfield really didn't develop. You see, he had to wait till he got to the league to really show development. He won with Baker, but he didn't develop him. Kyler Murray was developed. He just he found a good spot with Lincoln and the offense. Now, Lincoln knows how to use quarterbacks. He knows how to use skilled quarterbacks, but I can't say he's developed them. He knows how to call good plays for quarterbacks, but I can't say he's developed them. So I'm not feeling USC in the top 10. Dan Lannon, number 9, solid. Mike Norvell, hell to the no. Hell to the freaking no. At number 8, man, if Florida State don't come in this season and go undefeated regular season again, they need to just shut up. Last year was a fluke. They caught the ACC in a down year. The only team that should have been able to compete with them had a trash quarterback, which they have now, and DJU. And sorry, DJU. Yeah, no personal issues, but when it comes to your game as a quarterback, I would not want you taking snaps for any team that I'm coaching or that I'm rooting for. Number 7, Kalen DeBoer. You're telling me the most winning coach, I think his top 3 most winning coach in college football comes in at 7 for you, CBS? I'm not feeling that. And it ain't just because I'm a homer. I feel like if Kalen DeBoer was still at Washington, he'll be a lot higher. That Bama bias, that Bama fatigue sets in. Kyle Whittingham, definitely top 5. Steve Sarkisian, I'm still not believing in Steve. Not top 5. Not top 5. He's doing great things at Texas too. 6, 7 maybe. Brian Kelly. Man, what the is going on in here? Brian Kelly? That's what we doing? Brian Kelly. CBS, y'all tripping. Dabo was hot for 3 years. Clemson was hot for 3 years. They haven't been hot for the past 3 years. You lose Trevor Lawrence and everything go down the hill. Come on, man. Y'all tripping. CBS tripping. Ryan Day. You're talking about the man. If Ebony is in here, do you agree with this, Ebony? I know you love your Ohio State Buckeyes and all that bull crap, but Ryan Day, number two. Ryan Day has done nothing since he's been at Ohio State, but lose to Michigan for 3 years in a row. Where's his playoff berth? When they went in 2020, was that even like do you count that for them showing up? I'm telling you, man, this is crazy. And then Kirby Smart, I can agree with Kirby Smart being number one coming into the season. You can't deny what Kirby has done since he's been at Alabama. At Georgia, nothing but success. You saw the love he gave to Coach Saban about how he helped him set him up for his career and everything that he's learned from him. So can't argue with that. So looking at that list, y'all, let's break this list down. Top coaches. We done changed the whole topic for today, man. I was gonna get into the schedule, but I think this is more debatable. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Preseason top ranked coaches. 2024 preseason top ranked coaches. I'm gonna open the phone lines. The number is 334-625-1121. Let me make sure I got it set up correctly. Don't want y'all in here calling and dial tone. Hold on, let me get it set up, y'all. I forgot I had to reset the PC, so let me get it set up for y'all. And hopefully it'll work. Y'all know the Microsoft, I'm getting all these alerts about spam this and update this and that and all that other extra stuff. So phone line is now open, 334-625-1121. Call in, say your name, and put me in the game, coach. Let's get into our phone call segment. This is what's been bringing all the energy. I don't know if y'all been seeing the clips and the shorts that's being posted. We got 40 minutes left on this show. So call in, 8 minutes. We're going to, try to stay close to time as possible. 8 minutes on the line. And share your thoughts, man, on these coaching rankings. Share your thoughts on these coaching rankings. I'm excited. I think this is funny to me. 1, 2, Ryan Day. That's just disrespect. That's just disrespect. How does Ryan Day get so much respect, y'all? And to me, when people talk about, SEC biased and Bama biased, it's a lot of other teams that haven't won as much as Bama, and they get the same treatment with nothing to prove, nothing to show for it. First call on the line, y'all. 205.
Zachary, put me in the game, coach.
We got you, Zach. Yo, Zach, my boy, you in the game, man. How you feeling this morning, my boy?
I'm feeling good, Coach Smook. And I know you hadn't had the best week, but hearing your voice, getting to talk to you every morning is a highlight of my day. I want you to know that, man.
Man, and look, I appreciate that.
I don't care what kind of day you're having. You always bring a lot to my day, man, and I really appreciate you.
100%, Zach. I appreciate that, man. The words of encouragement. That's encouraging to me, And like I said, y'all make it easy for me. If I'm gonna do something because I'm experiencing some trials or I'm feeling down, I'm gonna find a way to get active with my AAA family. Whether it's the Boom Boom Room, whether it's a live stream, I'm going to find a way to get in contact with y'all because y'all really are that bright spot in my life. My kids, my family and stuff, and y'all are a part of that. So I appreciate y'all I appreciate that, Zach. But what you think about these preseason coaching rankings, man? They got our boy Kalen DeBoer at 7. That's kind of weird. But then they got Ryan Day and I think they had Sarkisian in front of us. Let me see. It was crazy. They got Ryan Day in front of us. Was that Mike Norvell was in front of us too? Over at Florida State?
No, he was right behind us.
They had Dabo in front of us. They got Sarkisian. I mean, Whittingham, I could see that. I could understand with Kyle Whittingham over at Utah being in front of us. But what's your thoughts on this preseason rankings for these coaches, Zach?
I mean, Ryan Day ain't number 2. Ryan Day ain't even in the top 10. I'm sorry, Ebony, but I don't rock with it. Because, like you said, he hasn't done nothing since he's been there. He came in, if I'm not mistaken, he came in right around the same time as Kirby did at Georgia. And, I mean, yeah, he went undefeated during the regular season, won a few bowl games, but he hasn't, in his time there, he went to the national championship game once, and that was in 2020, and that was when Trevor Lawrence was having a down year. You know, his last year there, and he kind of had a down year there towards the end of the season. But other than that, I mean, it's not really anything positive. You know, Dabo, he's not the number 3 ranked coach anymore. Yeah, I understand he's brought 2 championships to Clemson, but I mean, unless he changes his ways, he won't be elite coach anymore. Mike Norvell ain't a top 10 coach because I mean he proved it last year because that whole situation with Florida State, he allowed his players to act entitled and like they deserve more than what they did. I mean, yeah, did they go undefeated? Yeah. Did they work hard for that? Yeah. Did they get screwed over? Yeah. But was they more deserving than Alabama to go to the playoff? No. Alabama was a better team, had played a harder schedule, had overcame more adversity than what Florida State did. And you know, yeah, we didn't win against Michigan, but I mean, if it wasn't for the bad snaps in the game, we would have won that game.
Zach,
Could have won that game.
Zach, answer this question for me. Who did beat Michigan last year?
Nobody.
Exactly. So if our losses came to 2 playoff teams, not in conference, right? Not in conference.
Right.
Florida State, what national contender did they play? I mean, LSU was probably their most respected game on that schedule last year. You had a down year with Florida. You had Clemson was garbage last year. The ACC as a whole, Miami, everybody in the ACC was just underperforming. A lot of new quarterbacks in the league, and it showed.
Right.
You had the most experienced roster at Florida State. I don't think that makes you a good coach when you have those advantages and you do what you're supposed to do with those advantages.
Right. And going to the James Franklin conversation.
Lord.
James Franklin is a bad coach. James Franklin just wins the games he's supposed to win and loses the games he's supposed to lose. He's done everything he's supposed to. You know.
But to me, Zach, does that make him a good coach?
No. And I misspoke when I said a good coach. He's an average coach.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
he's a coach. I mean, I can go there. I can go to Penn State, and for the 10 games on my team, on my roster, on my schedule that I'm supposed to win. Like when they make the schedule, and the people say, "All right, all of these teams have less talent than you. You should win those." These are your rivals: Ohio State, Michigan, and who else is in that? Michigan State, or who else is up there in that conference? Whoever it is that they should be winning against Notre Dame if Penn State play. Let's say if those are 3 games, I need to win one of those. I need to outcoach the other team, the other staff. If that's the criteria, James Franklin is failing horribly. Like, who has he beat? Michigan and Ohio State has not. He ain't come close to touching them.
The last time he beat Ohio State was 2017, 2016.
I think it was 17.
Like
I want to say it was 17. The whiteout game, I believe.
yeah. And they should have won the next year too, but gave the game there at the very end.
Hold up. Moonrocker said James Franklin won several games he wasn't supposed to say Vandy, but since then, I mean, I think because you're at Penn State, it's a different level of expectation. Just like Ryan Day at Ohio State, just like Kalen DeBoer, who's coming from a Washington program who's nationally respected, right? Washington has a history of producing, and not just every year in and year out, but Washington has a national championship under their belt, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, historically. But they've always been competitive in the pack. And now you come to Alabama, so now what's expected in Alabama, it raises the bar for Kalen DeBoer, a bar that he's been able to reach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At multiple times.
Right.
So so if he doesn't go in and see it, this is what I say about analysts and criteria for questions when you ask questions, you know, top 25 coaches or top 3 coaches, what's the criteria? Is it who they beat, or is it how they beat them, you know, or when they beat them, what time of the year, you know, they beat them? Like, all of that matters when you talk about it. And if you could pull all those into all those different criteria into one box and generalize it, just how do you win? What's your culture like? And when do you win? These coaches that's in front of Kalen DeBoer, these coaches that's in front of Josh Heupel, I even praise Josh Heupel in that top 15. Chris Kleiman is another name that I'm kind of disappointed isn't in the top 10. And I mean, Kyle Whittingham, I can't. Brian Kelly, I mean, not Kyle Whittingham, but Brian Kelly, Steve Sarkisian, Dabo, Ryan Day. That run of coaches to me is not top 5. That's not top 5 nearly. Right. When you got Kyle Whittingham, you got Kalen DeBoer, you got Dan Lanning, you got Chris Kleiman, you got the coach up at Iowa doing his thing, Ferentz. Who else? You got, I mean, this list just, they bring out all the coaches for you. You got Lincoln Riley edging out the top 10, guys. Come on. Lincoln Riley has done nothing at USC but lose.
Right.
Eli Drinkwitz has came to Missouri and just revitalized the in-state recruiting. The reason that Missouri is where they are now, because they got the 2 best offensive recruits in the state of Missouri at the same time in one class, and that surged their recruiting to lock down the state of Missouri. And they're starting to get guys. They're starting to get guys. So I don't agree with this on a lot of spots. If I had to go and pick my top 3 right now, I'm going Kirby, Kyle at Utah, and Kalen. There's top 3 in no particular order. Kirby definitely number 1, but Kyle and Kalen DeBoer for me, they're doing some of the same things. And somebody said in the chat earlier, I think Kyle Whittingham finds his way into the SEC next season.
Right. And to be honest, and this is just my opinion, honestly, right now, yeah, Kirby is the best coach right now going into the season, but I don't think he really has earned that number 1 spot yet, because technically, you know, if you take away those 2 national championships, if they lost to the 2 better teams in 2021 and 2022, he would be Mark Richt all over again.
100%.
You know?
100%. But you know, that's what they were saying with his first few years. Mark Richt 2.0. Yeah. And it's true. My thing is, if we lose, and what year that was in the SEC championship, I want to say 2012. If we don't have our starting quarterback or a starting receiver, they might beat us. They might beat us if we don't. I mean, that would have been Mark Richt's year. The year when they threw the out route, I want to say to Malcolm Mitchell, when he caught it and went down before they crossed inbounds, and instead of going out of bounds, he slipped and fell in bounds, and we ended the SEC championship game, went on to win the Natty. I feel like that year, should have been Mark Richt's year. That game, SEC championship game, like most, Georgia, they handled us for at least a half.
Right. And I agree with you. That was Mark Richt's year. But we did enough to stop them.
Right.
You know. And so it is what it is. You know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but going back to Kirby, you know, every year so far, every time Kirby has had Alabama on his regular season schedule, Georgia in general, every time they've had Alabama on their regular season schedule, they lose 3 or 4 games. And this is Kirby's year to break that curse.
Oh, Zach, you just got, bro. You know what, Zach? It's crazy that you said that because I was looking at yesterday. They talked. Me and one of my friends was on the phone talking about it yesterday. He a Georgia fan, and I was like, man, I said, go back to 08. Go back to 08. Go back to 2000 and was it 2008? We played them in the regular season, and then we came back in 2000. The most recent one was 2020 for COVID year when we played them in season. Like you said, anytime they play us in season, it don't fare well for them for the rest of their season. And they got us early, where in a week where you trying to establish your identity. So Zach, because we don't went over our time, man. Give me your thoughts, your final thoughts on how you think your top 3 coaches, and then do your greeting, man. You know it's Friday, so we got to get it in. You know what we got to do, Zach.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
My top 3 is Kalen DeBoer, Kyle Cunningham, and I'll go with Kirby right now, but Kalen at number 1, Kyle at number 2, and then Kirby at number 3.
100%.
Right, and I'll probably get a lot of smack for that, you know, but I don't care. That's just my opinion.
That's Zach's opinion. That's just Zach's opinion.
Right. All right, I'll holler at you later, Coach Smook. Roll Tide, everybody. Love y'all.
Zach. Where you going?
What?
The people want the song, fool. Where you going, man? Look, y'all see I had to tighten up on Zach. Zach, the people want the song, fool. What you mean? What you mean, Zach? Talking about you gotta go. What? No. Listen. And look, I think the chat may be a few seconds behind me, but I guarantee you they about to grill you, Zach, trying to get up out of here without giving us the song. I guarantee you, see, Kimberly already at it. I knew it. I just knew it. She said, "Sing us a song, Zach." She already knew what time it was. You trying to act like you don't know, Zach? Zach, you almost got reprimanded. You know what? I'm gonna ask the AAA family. AAA family, should Zach be fined for trying to get out of this car without doing the song? I think he should be fined. He tried to roll out smooth, didn't it?
Lord.
Look, my sister said you tried to roll out smooth. Nah, he ain't getting up out that easy. No, you ain't getting out of here like that, brother. No, brother. Shout out to the 132 live watching this, getting ready to hear the voice of the AAA community. The man himself, the myth, the legend, the number 1 caller on the Coach Smook Network for what? 3 months running now, right? Number 1 caller.
Mm-hmm.
The Zach SOS Wilges. People, enjoy.
If you're gonna play in Alabama, you gotta have a fiddle in the band. That lead guitar is hot, but not for an Alabama man.
Oh,
So rosin up that bowl and all dance. If you're gonna play in Alabama, you gotta have a fiddle in the band.
yeah. Down. You ain't think I knew that one. I know it a little bit. I know that one. I think that one. Who sings that? I've heard that somewhere.
Band Alabama. My good friends. I met them when I was just a little fella.
What's the name of the band?
That had a band back in the day and used to go on tour with them. So they used to come down to his house and they would come over to my grandma's house on the river and we'd all hang out and
that's it, Kyle.
party. And
Zach, run it back one more time. Sing it. And they want you to blow, bro. They want you to go. You ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7.
If you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band. That lead guitar is hot, but not for a Louisiana man. So rosin up that bowl, Lord, and all us all dance. If you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you for the song, man. Listen, you know you fire everybody up when you do your songs, man. So you gotta. Don't you ever in your AAA life, you hear me? Don't you ever in your AAA life think you gonna get the out of here without singing a song after a phone call? You hear me, brother?
Oh yeah, and I do it to because I'm trying to motivate myself to put myself out there more. So that's why I call in every day. That's why I sing for y'all. I'm trying to break out of my comfort zone and expand my horizon.
Well, you might have to pump the brakes because a member of the community who handles fines and finances for the community, Sir Moonrocker, has fined you $80,000 due by week 0. That's Western Kentucky Kickoff. So you got till August 31st to get that $80K in, or we coming to get you. he said, "Woo, Moonrock." Moonrock. He said, "Woo." He said,
that's more than that. That would take me the rest of my life.
Hey, Zach. Not if you keep on singing. You're gonna get a record deal. We're gonna have you on the Moonrock gonna come get that fine. It ain't gonna be nothing but some chump change. You gonna pull that out the pocket. You gonna cash app that to him. you gonna cash app.
I was definitely.
Well, all right, Zach, man. I'll catch up with you later, man. Appreciate you for calling in and sharing your thoughts with the Coach Smook Network and the AAA fam, man. We appreciate you always.
Oh yeah, roll tide, everybody.
Roll tide, Zach. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The call-in line is open. Y'all go ahead and call in. We're going to keep running it through. We're talking college football head coach rankings right now. Call in 334-625-1121. CBS has this list, and they're all jacked up. They're jacked up. I love going at CBS for they jacked up takes.
This is Rico. Put me in the game.
To accept, press 1.
Rico. What's up, Rico? You in the game, man? How you feeling this morning?
What's up?
Man, you already know what time it is, bro. I'm feeling good, man. Glad to be able to talk to my people this morning. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, but I just want to say about that CBS straight trash 25. Yeah, that whole list seems like it was made by like out of touch execs from CBS that just woke up from 5-year coma.
Like they ain't been watching college football the past 2 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point.
And it bothers me because these are people that getting paid $80,000 a year to write this crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, listening to Zach, you can get a better range and understanding of the type of quality of quarterbacks out here. And I ain't just talking from a fan perspective. I'm just saying, listening to Zach, a regular everyday fan, talk about some of the results of what these coaches are doing at the universities that they're at, why they should be ranked a certain spot. I feel like if we gave Zach, or even not just Zach, but people of our community, if we gave them a platform or a space to sit there and come up with a top 25 it will be more realistic than what this CBS list was. Because this is crap, man. This is crap. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is crap. That whole having Clemson and Dabo and Ryan Day in the top 5. How in the world that you're talking about two programs who, even if you're talking about winning records, these programs have struggled the past 2 years. So how are they some of the top coaches going into this season?
I mean, yeah, you know what? Yes, Dabo Swinney is a top 3 contender back in 2018.
Right. I mean, when's the last time you've been relevant, Dabo? Let's be real, man.
That's why we didn't want him. That's why we didn't want him.
You get what I'm saying? Like Dabo, one thing about Dabo is, and I'm gonna keep saying this, he is a good coach, but without talent, he's not a national contender. He's not a national championship contender. Kalen DeBoer didn't have Clemson type talent at Washington, and they were in a national championship game. Eli Drinkwitz doesn't have Clemson type talent or reach, and they're competing for SEC East Division titles. I mean, you got Lane Kiffin down at Ole Miss, who the past 3 years has been competing in the toughest division in college football in the SEC West. And
let me just say this. Let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead, Rico.
Lane Kiffin deserves to be on that list more than Dabo Swinney.
I mean,
and he wasn't nowhere on the list.
He was.
I was like, what was with that?
Lane was number like 11 or 12. He was like number 11 or 12. Like Ole Miss, they did him dirty. I mean, and then they had people like, you got Steve Sarkisian. He's just a rich man's Lane. Texas just got more money for him. That's it. You look at the coaching styles, the results that they get with their players, literally the same thing with Lane. So how is he ahead of Lane? Records produce about the same quality. I mean, they Texas got lucky being in the Big 12 last year, because if they was SEC last year, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. But that list was definitely, it was disturbing. It was disturbing.
But for real, if Dabo deserves to be in the top 25, he should be right at 25.
Easily.
I'm just saying.
Easily. You're not saying nothing wrong. You like easily. That should be the determination.
The only thing in that whole list that I agree with is Kirby at number 1.
Yeah. And that's not even as a Bama fan. That's just as a fan of college football and watching the game for the past 5 years, even years when he fell short. Kirby has always kept himself in the top 3 as far as the conversation went for coaches in college football. As a matter of fact, his first year at Georgia was the worst year, kind of like Saban, right? And I think they had suffered a loss to Nicholls State his first year. Kind of like when Alabama lost to UL Monroe in 2007, Saban's first year. Yeah. And ever since then, Kirby hasn't turned back.
Right. Because he basically became Saban 2.0.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That ain't no coach, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Coach Saban's like the fact that he didn't lose to Kirby in a major game. You know, I mean, the SEC championship, we could say that's a big game, right? We can say that's a major game. Well, no, it was the national championship where they actually beat us. But it took literally injuries and stuff. And I think Kirby even said that too. You know, he would have loved to beat us at full strength, full health. But then he also got to see the other side of it last year. When you have a team that's growing, right? And a team that you're lined up across from, or you have an established team and the team that you're lined up across from is growing. Last year, I believe Georgia was probably one of the most established teams. They were in the same sort of position that we were in when we brought Bryce Young in as a first-year starter. Highly touted guy. Carson Beck in as his first-year starter last year, right? So many different changes around him, you know, on the other side of the ball, but a lot of stability on the offensive side. Same thing Carson Beck had at Georgia with Kirby and Brock and McConkey and their running back room, that offensive line. He had a lot of steady things around him on the offensive side, so it provided space for them to grow. But the moment they got challenged with equal talent, a team in Alabama who was up and coming, who was learning, going through the growing pains, the moment they got challenged, you saw how much work they needed from a coaching standpoint, from philosophy standpoint. And that, to me, just goes to show you the different levels of coaching in the college football ranks, because Coach Saban really knew that he had an edge over Kirby Smart in certain areas, and that's all they focused on. That's all they used. So Kirby's learning to do that.
Yep, for real. And I think, I don't know, just based upon what he did at Washington, because they hadn't played it down at Alabama yet. I say, at the very least, Kalen DeBoer should be at number 5.
At the least. And if you're going to put him at number 5, and you know what? Before we get into that, Veronica, I want to give you props for that, because that's a statement that I've made for Georgia fans in that debate. Like, Kirby inherited a talented roster. He didn't inherit a probation post-sanction roster, right? Like Saban did. He inherited a talented roster. Like, I think the recruiting class going into Kirby's first year was still top 5, top 10 off of what Mark Richt was able to recruit. And knowing that Kirby was going to Georgia, that boosted their recruiting going into that time. Coach Saban didn't get the same. Like, he had to come down to the South and reestablish some things. He had to go out and get Julio. He had to go and get Mark. He had to go and get what's my guy in the middle? McClain. He had to go and get all those guys or retain them, right? Veronica, shouts out to you. But top 5, if you're going to put Kalen DeBoer at number 5, who's 4, 3, 2, and 1?
You know what? I've been having a feeling about Lanning, so I think I'll put Lanning at 4.
Okay. I respect it.
And because I think he's gonna shock people in the what's in the Big 12 now?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Big 10?
Talking about Dan in the Big 10. They in the Big 10.
Yeah. I think they about to shock the Big 10.
Yeah.
They gonna beat people who people don't think they'll beat.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I really believe that.
Okay.
Because they coming with that SEC mentality.
Well, on the defensive side, Dan Lanning was very adamant about recruiting guys to create a SEC style defense as far as anatomical makeup, the players, and and I mean, Oregon benefited from running that semi-Georgia scheme in their conference last year. I mean, it gave. Go ahead.
So we gonna see how an SEC defense does in the Big 10.
100%, man.
That's the closest we gonna get to seeing an SEC team in the Big 10.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. I say if you look at the Big 10, man, with Michigan, their defense, I think they're going to provide SEC type defensive production. Ohio State, on paper, you would expect them to be Georgia like, Alabama like on defense, right? Who else? I was going to always be good as far as defense. So Oregon is going to come in, and how do they mesh, and what does their offense bring to that conference? That's what that conference has been lacking. You have 1, maybe 2 higher power offense in that conference a year because of how good the defenses are. Does Oregon come in and change the mode of offensive culture in the Big 10, kind of like A&M and Missouri did when they came to the SEC?
So I believe the teams you just mentioned is probably the only teams I feel that Oregon is gonna have fits with. That's Michigan and Ohio State.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they're gonna have a tough time with them. I'm not saying they're gonna lose or win. I'm just saying they're gonna have that's gonna be their toughest games, I feel.
Right. And you got teams like Maryland that's going to be down in the dumps this year. They lost a lot of their offensive production, never really had a defense last year. Wisconsin is a team that we get to see early that's in that conference. I think they'll always field a good defense. Nebraska is another team that gets a lot of hype that teams like Oregon are going to just run through, man. Teams like Oregon are just going to run through. So it'll be set up for them to have some marquee games against some marquee opponents, right? And people are just going to have to look at it and say, hey, what's this team's ceiling? Oregon's ceiling. I think Oregon against teams like Illinois, they'll go out there and just blow them out the water. Purdue, Central Michigan. Because I'm trying. Let me see if I can pull up Oregon's schedule right now. And I'm just looking, man. It's one of those things. You look at the Big Ten, and you look at what Dan Lannon is walking into at the Big Ten. I don't think he should struggle. I don't think he should struggle. That's just my personal opinion. I'm looking at the schedule. You're starting off with Idaho, right? Boise State, Oregon State. Get your rivalry game in Oregon State. UCLA, Michigan State, Ohio State. That could be a tricky stretch for them. UCLA, Michigan State, and Ohio State. I mean, but then, and this is what I've been saying, y'all. Oregon gets Ohio State at home in Eugene. Oregon gets that's if you want to talk about welcome to the conference, you want to have a marquee game to where you could put your foot, your stamp on your presence in that conference. Having Ohio State at home for Oregon is huge.
That's why I said it's going to be a tough game, but being that it's a home game for Oregon, I believe they can squeak it out, but it'll be about a very thin margin.
I'm feeling that. So, Rico, with that being said, man, top 5, you said Kalen DeBoer. Number 4 was Dan Lannon. Who your other 3? And then we're going to...
Well, Kirby Smartest was my number 1.
Number 1?
My hard thing is trying to figure out...
The 2 and 3? I got your 2 and 3. You didn't say Kyle Whittingham. I didn't. You got it. I mean,
go ahead. No. Eli. I was trying to say Eli Drinkwitz is 6 right after Kalen DeBoer, but so I'm 3. I'm at a loss.
So you got number 1 Kirby, number 3 I kind of gave you Kyle. Number 4, you had Danny. Number 5, you had Kalen DeBoer. Number 2 behind Kirby. Who is deserving of that spot? And I got 1 or 2 names that I would throw in there, just off the strength of what they've been able to do with what they have. I talked about him earlier. Chris Kleiman for me. Chris Kleiman come from North Dakota State, all the national championships at the D2 level.
Right.
Come up to Kansas State, and you take a culture that was on the uptrend and you don't allow it to regress. You lose a lot of guys, right? You don't, but you still maintain. You beat Texas last year with Kansas State.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not did they beat Texas? No, they didn't beat Texas. Who was it that they beat? Was it Oklahoma? I know Kansas State beat Kansas for their in-state rivalry. Who was it? Oh, they should have beat Texas last year. Kansas State should have beat Texas last year. That one went down to the wire. And you look at the skill sets and assets that he had available at Kansas State, not even should be. So climbing, you get climbing at Florida or LSU or Texas A&M. You're talking about the SEC becoming a real power conference full of coaches. I think Dan Lannon will be trying to make his entrance back into the SEC soon, too.
Yeah, I think Oregon is just a springboard.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just a springboard.
Why not? Especially with them moving to the Big Ten. That's a perfect, step up defense, your defensive scheme in another conference that's based off like strong and heritage as far as defense. Yeah. Talking about setting it up for success. But Rico, appreciate you for calling in, man. Tell the people what's up, and I'm gonna let you off the line. We're gonna take one more phone call after you, my boy.
Okay, I just need to do this because I promised you a while back.
All right,
this is a remix.
Of
Hammer and Limp Bizkit.
Oh snap!
Here we go. Bama, Bama, we are Bama. They put us in the mist. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
Okay, look, listen, I'm clipping, because I got this new software, and I need everybody to understand. If y'all start hearing y'all voice on different tracks and beats in the background, if you think, if you hear it, and you be like, is that me? It might be you, because I've got a software now, and I'm able to mix my cuts with music and pull the downloads and basically make it background music. So we're cooking. But Rico, I appreciate you, man. Once again, man, and roll tide, my boy.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir.
Call
Yo,
from
This is Greg. Put me in the game.
my boy Greg is in the game. Greg, what's good with you, my boy?
I'm great. How
Look,
are you today?
I'm good, man. Had to hurry up and click over so you wouldn't hang up. I look trying to stay on time and get into these good conversations. It always get bad like this, but yeah, man. Go ahead and take it away, man. Jump into the conversation. You know, we're talking about these top ranked coaches. And also some of the things that were said in SEC Media Day, if you want to touch on that too. Whatever it is, man, the floor is yours, Greg.
All right. Thank you. I didn't get onto the show until a bit later. I didn't know what you were talking about, but I got the gist of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that CBS poll is a freaking joke.
Ah,
Those guys are just these guys that sit down in the basement in their underwear watching Pornhub all day. They have no idea what they're even talking about. That's the stupidest list I've ever seen in my life.
man. I mean, when I seen Eli at 21, when I seen
That's a joke.
right, like Eli Drinkwitz at 21. Come on, man. This you talking about a guy that went
He's top 5, bro.
top
I'm telling
5 easily. I mean, it
Easily.
ain't all about wins and losses. It's what have you done since you've taken over that program? What have you done?
Exactly. It's gotten better for him every year. They've gotten a little better, and they've almost beat Georgia 2 years in a row. Gave them all they wanted, you know they're going to be pretty good this year. You know, we got to play him at home, thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, definitely I'll say Kirby number 1. I don't have a problem with that. I'll give him his flowers, even though it hurts me to say it. But if Nick Saban hadn't retired, he'd be number 1 because he's 1-5 against the all-time greatest coach of all time. But anyway. So he's gone, so that lets him slide to 1 because he's been consistent. He's won 2 natties. He's usually in the SEC championship because he was used to being on that sorry side of the SEC, which don't matter anymore. He's actually going to have to play a tough schedule. We're going to find out what he's all about.
Right.
I'll give him number 1. DeBoer is definitely number 2, no question, because the ones that they're pumping up there, Sarkisian, Lanning, he's beat them the last 2 years. He's beat Sarkisian twice. He's beat Lanning twice or 3 times. 3 times. He's beat Lincoln. I can't win a game. Riley beats him all the time.
Oh my God! And they got him. They got Lincoln in the top 10.
Oh, Lincoln's going to get fired this year. He's gone.
I mean,
he's going to be an OC in the NFL or OC somewhere else. Somebody throws pity on him. But you know, of course, you know how I feel about Ryan. Stupid Day. He's ridiculous. All the pressure they're putting on Ohio State, I know they're going to choke because if they don't win the national championship, it's a complete failure. You know how that works.
Right.
Ryan Day will not be the coach at Ohio State next year if they will lose 2 or 3 games. It's going to be the guy at Wisconsin. I forgot his name, but he'll be the coach. But you know, honestly, 3. I don't know. If you look at what somebody does with what they have, I wouldn't be scared to put Lane up there.
Right.
I mean, Ole Miss, they overachieve every year. They just don't have a defense because, I mean, he hired a sorry defensive coordinator. But, you know, in the last 2 years, they won, 11 games last year, 10 games, whatever.
They won 10 last year.
Georgia and Alabama.
Yep.
They gave us all we wanted. We had to beat them in the second half.
Yep. And then they were still in the running for SEC championship up until we beat who was it before Auburn? The week before
we
Auburn.
had to beat Auburn, but to finish it off, we had to beat LSU.
LSU. When we beat LSU, that's when we secured it because I think they had beat LSU. You get what I'm saying? So we had to break it. We had to break the tie.
Yep. You know, then you got Sarkisian is up there, but you know, the first 2 or 3 years of Texas, they didn't really do a lot. But he had a good year last year. They were better the year before that, but they still always lose a game or two that they shouldn't lose. So, but Lanning's good. I think he'll do good in the Big Ten. I love the coach, like you said. I love the one at Kansas State, and I also love the coach at Kansas.
Me too.
They're building. They're both good.
Right.
Both those coaches will get better jobs. They're really good.
And that's the thing. In this day and age, Greg,
stadium.
I got a question for you. In this day and age, do you think coaches that find jobs like Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State, Kentucky, not those Kentucky, but those guys that just got into those Kansas State jobs, do you think they stick around for guys that are at Kentucky and Mark Stoops, guys like Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State, guys who are going 6-7+ years and getting time? I mean, you got to look at Josh Heupel is doing something great at Tennessee. We haven't seen Tennessee on the uptrend in 20 years.
I hate to say it. As much as I hate Tennessee, I'd say he's definitely top 10.
Man, who you telling? I literally
7
puked.
or 8 for sure.
100%. But Lance Lapointe over at Kansas, and they got James Franklin in front of these guys. Like,
what is he? James Franklin's like 1-19 against top 10 opponents.
It's
he
crazy.
Beat Ohio State that
one year.
Yeah, I think every top 10 team he's lost to. He never beats Michigan. He never beats Ohio State except for that one time. And if they play a non-conference team that's pretty good, they always lose. I think he's kind of. If I'm a Penn State fan, I'm about ready to get him out the door because they're always finishing 3rd or 4th. And they should be better than that. They should be up there with Michigan and Ohio State easily.
With all the assets that they have available, all the recruiting.
Yeah, Pennsylvania pumps out a ton of good players. And I saw something the other day, the top 8 players in Pennsylvania this year, Penn State didn't get any of them. They haven't got any of those committed to Penn State. None of them. None. We got our boy Carroll, and there's been a top quarterback going to Georgia. They're going everywhere but Penn State. Man. So he did good at Vandy. I'll give him that. But he just hasn't. They just can't win the big game ever. Never. So he's consistent about that.
So Greg, you said something about Franklin at Vandy. I feel like coaches like him, if you just stay at Vandy, right? You stay at Vandy for 12 years. You know what I'm saying? And just you continue to compete against the best in the conference. You might never reach the pinnacle of winning it all, but you provide a winning culture, right? And you start solidifying yourself. I think guys like Gundy have accepted it. I think guys like Stoops, who was rumored to be one of the guys that Alabama was going to go after. I knew we weren't going to be able to get Stoops, man, from Kentucky.
Yeah, and Winningham's the same way. Utah, he's been there forever, but he wins. He does really well. I think he loves it out there. He's great. He's comfortable. He's not too far off to where he can probably retire. He might not ever leave.
Man, and that's the thing. Whittingham, and it's been a lot of rumors saying that he would be the next one to join the ranks of the SEC. And you give Whittingham a program like Florida, that's his first real challenge as a coach. Because everybody thinks it's about what you're able to coach and put on the field. No, you got to deal with alumni. You got to deal with board of trustees. You got to deal with athletic directors. You got to deal with, all this extra stuff. So Whittingham will be on a different platform of exposure in the SEC if he was to come and take that Florida job. But a job like Texas A&M, right, would not be out of reach for him. Who else is on the hot seat in the SEC? I think a South Carolina position, with Beamer. South Carolina, they'll have a good thing going, and be up and down in between. And then they'll just jump ship because they're not performing on Georgia level. Well, you don't have Georgia assets. But you give a guy like Kyle Whittingham that program, you might see a Georgia asset type production.
Oh, I agree. Napier for sure is on the hot seat.
Lord.
Oh, my God.
I feel sorry for Billy.
Jesus.
I feel sorry for Billy.
I do too. Oklahoma's schedule is about as bad.
That's true.
It's Oklahoma is going to be a huge player on who the top 2 teams are because they play
everybody that matters.
They almost play everybody, home or away.
And somebody, I think SEC Network was talking about that with Brent Venables did his media day presser. and they were talking about
schedule.
all the Oklahoma games, not necessarily the schedule. It's not like they're in games that they can't win. It's just every week they're lining up against formidable opponents. They don't get a week off. I think in our schedule, we get the first 2 weeks off. And then every week after that, you look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, even playing against USF, man, that's going to be a game that we need to pay attention to. That defense is going to cause problems.
Yeah, their defense was really good last year, I thought.
And it's going to be better this year.
We didn't have Milrow, but I can't wait. I think that game, he's going to want that game.
Oh, yeah.
I hope he throws for about 450 and runs for 100, 8 touchdowns.
473 with 85 yards rushing. 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. And then you go, let's say 5 touchdowns. 35-0 before he runs his first rushing touchdown of the season.
You know, everybody's giving Wisconsin some flowers when they play us. I heard that a lot yesterday on the different broadcasts. I mean, I get it. Luke Fickell is a good coach. And like I said, he's going to be the next Ohio State coach as soon as Ryan Day blanks his pants. You know he will.
Yeah.
Have your beeper ready. But,
I do. I got it. I literally, I have my.
All right, we just be ready. You know to be ready with me. But he's a joke. But Luke Fickell He'll probably take Ohio State and go crazy with it.
Yeah,
be crazy good.
Isn't he alumni? Isn't he Ohio State alumnus?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He coached there forever too. It's consistent forever. I think he got screwed by Day. They hired him instead of Luke Fickell, because he did good things at Cincinnati. He knows how to hire a good coaching staff. I think we'll have a tough game with them. I mean, I think we'll win, but I mean, I don't think they have a good quarterback, which will help our secondary grow. The teams that we're playing that can't throw, maybe they're not great passing teams. That'll help us get better and just help us. Period. But I've been listening to a lot of stuff the last 2 or 3 days. I don't have nothing to do much because I'm getting this crazy knee ready. I just get amazed. The only thing they can say good about Auburn, the only thing they say about Auburn is, well, you got to go to Jordan Hare and play. You got to play there. That's it.
That's the only thing they're baking on. But
that little hoodoo magic they have down there. I mean, I can't. That's the only thing they can say good.
Listen, I'll say this, Greg, as we get ready to wind this one down. If you look at what Auburn is doing in recruiting this year for 2025, if it was just based off what they're able to lock in for in-state guys, you would think they were doing something so great, right? You would think they were doing something so great. And they're getting quality talent. They're getting good guys. But Auburn has no reach outside of the state. And that's what's kept them from, eclipsing the mark of being able to keep up with Bama, right? But not only that, Auburn traditionally just doesn't win outside of their stadium.
They don't. And, traditionally, Auburn was really good in Georgia and Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Because Alabama just dominated the state.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they still get some there, but that's it. But you look at all the powers of the past. Alabama was able to recruit in California. We go up north. We've gone to Pennsylvania, Ohio. We've gone to Oklahoma. We're big in Texas.
Yeah.
We're big. We usually get some. We may not get nothing from Florida this year, but we're usually big in Florida. We're huge in Georgia.
Yeah.
Auburn, like you said, their map is very small. Their footprint's very small. When USC had it rolling, they were getting players from Cali. They're getting Cali. They're getting people from Texas. They're getting them from Florida because of the brand. Auburn doesn't have a brand. They don't. They're just little brothers. They suck. They got sorry ass colors. They got a stupid coach. It ain't no good. At least he did upgrade his staff. I will give him that. And they got this crazy eagle that flies around. It ain't a bald eagle. It's just a little whatever it is. I'm getting tired of looking at that stupid eagle. I mean, who cares about an eagle flying around? And they throw toilet paper in a freaking stupid tree. I mean, really. Most people use toilet paper for something else, not to throw in a daggum tree.
100%, Greg. I was over here just reading the status about, Auburn fans bragging about their recruiting, right? And a comment in the section was from a recruit, and it says, "Don't think this young sweet. We coming." And one of the fans said, "Yeah, coming right back to where y'all started."
Nowhere.
Nowhere. And that's literally what the comment said, coming back right where y'all started, nowhere. And you know what? I would be a fool to think that players that suit up for Auburn are not going to compete, right? I would be a fool to think that it's not the talent that's a problem for me. They don't have a quarterback, other than that, it's not the talent for me. It's Hugh Freeze and that staff. They're going to freeze, they're going to hew it up, right? They're going to, just like when they had Harrison, I really think they have there's a curse over that university that's lifted every 15 or so years. And I'm going to go back. How long has it been since Kick Six? 2013 was Kick Six, right? So we got about 3 more years before Auburn pops up and actually acts like they want to win one. So let's enjoy it while we can, y'all. Let's enjoy it while we can.
Keep them down.
Yeah, keep them down while we can, because in 3 years, they're going to talk as if they've been us for the last 20. And so let's enjoy this right now with Auburn fans, even with their coach who didn't even make the top 25 list and rightfully so. Freeze is not top 25 anywhere coaching, maybe top 35.
It's a joke.
Offensive coordinators, he'd be top 10, top 15. But head coaches?
Yeah, but I mean, even when he was at Ole Miss, I mean, his quarterbacks have always been, to me, what was the guy's name? He beat us 2 years in a row, which was luck, but that guy wasn't all that good. White dude.
Bo Wallace,
okay.
and then what's the other kid named? Chad something, I think his name was.
Yeah, they just, but he got Coach Kelly that used to be on Alabama.
Chad Kelly, that's who it was.
They got him to come down. He's really, he's pretty good. But our secondary wasn't that good when he was at Alabama. I'll just be straight. Not as good as it was.
Right.
He's a pretty good recruiter, and he got DJ. Guy was head coach at Maryland and was at Ole Miss, and then he went to A&M. He got him, Duggard. He got him, but like I said, you don't have a quarterback, so they bought all them wide receivers anyway. So I mean, if you can't get them the ball,
right.
I mean, you got the wrong guy running what he wants to run. That's what amazes me. You need somebody that can do the RPO that people actually buy into. I mean,
facts.
But that's their issue.
100%, man. 100%, man. Well, I tell you what, man, Greg, I appreciate you for pulling up on the phone line this morning, man. 100%. Let the people know what's up, man, while we close out the phone line segment and get ready to close out the show too, man. I like having you call in, I ain't even gonna lie. It's definitely a vibe when you call in.
I enjoy it. I appreciate you letting me talk. Just love the love the show, love the fan base, love the chats. Got a lot of knowledgeable people. Unlike a lot of the teams out there, their fans are so stupid they don't have a clue of what's going on. But that list, we're lucky that we had the number one. He would have been number one on the list, and we got the guy at least as number 2. So we got it. They don't. We got facilities. They don't. We got great fans. They don't. We got a great coaching staff. They don't. So it's just good to be us. That's it. I mean, it's good to be us and not nobody else. I'd hate to be a fan of something else, wouldn't you?
Man,
oh my God, I don't know what I would do.
I always say this, and I say this to other fans of Bama Nation. I'd be like, could y'all imagine not being a Bama fan and having to imagine if you were influenced as a child, because that's usually where it starts as a child. Imagine if you were influenced to be an Auburn fan.
Oh.
We thought as a 90s kid, I thought it was tough being a Bama fan throughout the 90s. We only had maybe 3-4 good years of my early Bama fandom as a child. 3 or 4 solid years where we were competitive and good. Then the sanctions hit early 2000s. We had a lot of talent come through. Never saw it flourish. Never got the coaches. Never, And then 2006, it almost felt like we weren't going to ever change, And then Coach Saban pulls up. And so, imagine if you had been an Auburn fan and been bragging all 6 of them years, them 6 years straight, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to imagine us dealing with Alabama fans if you was an Auburn fan.
Oh, I know, man.
I've been caught me a couple charges over the past few years.
Oh, my God. People know better to do anything, say anything to me much if you want to argue, because it's not going to end well for you.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn's had Sabanitis for a long time, and so does everybody else. But they don't realize that Alabama is Alabama. It doesn't. All we got to do is have a good coach.
Right.
All we have to have is a good coach with good coaches, and the rest takes care of itself.
Right.
It's just that's just the way it is.
Right, 100%, man. Well, shout out to everybody in the chat. Greg, I appreciate you for calling in, man, and Roll Tide, man. Tell the people what's up so we can go ahead and get up. Man, I am 17 minutes over, Greg. It's your fault, too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
it's your
hey,
you know what? Today, usually I don't blame you, but today is your fault because you always get me into these good conversations, man.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but you're my Alabama content.
Look, what's crazy is I'm in the background. I have the bros pulled up, Coach Sean, Jake, and Ty. They on together, so I really be trying to get off to let our family go and show them love too, right? I really. So because of I know their Friday schedule, it opens me up to do this content. But we got a special premiere at noon today, y'all. The under the radar recruits. Definitely want y'all to tune in for that one. It's going to be a premiere. I'll be in the chat chatting with y'all. As a matter of fact, I'll be live first, introducing the content, and then we'll play it all the way through. So I hopefully everybody could pull up for that. It's going to be fun. I think everybody going to enjoy this series. This is kicking off the series with Bryson Young. I think this is something that Greg, especially you, like, I know you get real soft-hearted for watching these under the radar recruit segments that we do. You love it. So yeah. I think this one really, because this is going to tell the story of why we're doing under the radar recruits. And so can't wait to premiere that for you all today.
That'll be cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Greg. Hey, hold on. Moon Rock will find you, Greg. Hold on. Greg shall be fined $60,000 due by week 0. What he said time is money. Oh, snap. Greg.
Hey man, I'm not the dealer, man. I'm just
You're a consumer.
What up with that, Moon Rocco? Come on, bro.
Oh man,
he's been throwing out some cash today, man.
Man, Moon Rocker trying to get the funds
Moon
up.
Rocker, man, what is he like? The CEO? What's going on? He's finding everybody today.
He like the assistant CFO. He handles fines and regulation of company funds, right?
Put it on my tab, then. Put it on my tab.
And Susan is his enforcer. She don't play. When it's time to pay up, she coming to get that money.
Well, you know what? All they need to do is just hang up on me. That's all I got to do. If don't enforce it, just hang it up, man.
Oh man, much love though, Greg. I appreciate y'all. I love this. I love this energy our family has, man. How we could pick at each other, love on each other, pick each other up, talk. Look, wrong person come here talking trash at one of us. I already know because I see 15 comments at one person. If I see a name,
I know, man.
One person's name mentioned like 15 comments in a row, I have to scroll up because I got to see what that person said. I know they said something.
Man. It's like we all attack them at one time. It's just coming in like lasers.
Like some bees, man. A swarm of bees, man. A swarm of bees.
Crazy. People don't even dare try that. They're stupid if they do.
Man, who is this Webb's Roll Tide 89? I can't stand when people go in there. Anyway, but y'all, hey, Greg, I'll catch up with you later, man. Roll Tide, brother.
Yeah, brother. All right, Roll Tide, everybody.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Thank y'all, man. I'm just over here. I'm clipping. I'm working while I'm working. I'm clipping. I'm looking at other folks' content. This guy, Roll Tide 89, that just commented in Jay and in Ty's live. I hate when people come in. Don't lie like that, bro. Don't lie like that. There's a coach would never, and this is me having conversations with directors of player personnel, people who are actually on staff at Alabama. They will never talk about any NIL discussions. Not the staff at Alabama. They won't talk about anything NIL other than what they're educating these guys on. They won't ever talk about certain players or recruits' personal NIL value, none of that. So y'all be careful when y'all be going in them chats and listen to this junk that, folks be putting out there, man. That junk whack to me, bro. Stop putting stuff out there trying to get noticed, man. People come in doing it here too with recruiting. I don't even acknowledge it. I'm sorry. I just got to keep it authentic. I don't like it. But listen, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into this morning's Coach Smook Morning Show. Listen, do not forget, be on the lookout for our next event, y'all. This is the Coach Smook Tailgate event. If you haven't got your tickets, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out. And I'm going to tell you like this. The reason why you don't want to miss out on this event, because our VIP section just got a little bit better. Our VIP section just got a whole lot better with what we about to do for the tailgate event. We're going to have, I'm looking, we might have these custom printed water guns, right? And bro, just wait. Y'all just know. So definitely take an opportunity. And so what I want to do right now is I'm gonna take a quick second to kind of like set this up for an infomercial. And we got if you want to be part of this commercial, y'all, this Coach Smook tailgate event commercial. If you want to be a part of it, send me a video clip. Either we could do it in Discord. It only needs to be, I think it only needs to be 15 seconds long. It only can be 15 seconds. Post a video clip in the Discord and hashtag Coach Smook tailgate event or CS tailgate event. All right. Or CS tailgate, something. Hashtag CS tailgate. We'll go with hashtag Coach Smook tailgate. Right. And post your video. And what I want you to say is, I got my ticket, put me in the game. I got my ticket, put me in the game. That's what the video needs to say. Simple as that. Appreciate Bino for being on the job as always, one of our senior moderators, man. Shout out to Bino, Trina, Antoine, Carla, all my moderators that are active. You know, who else? Dwight. Dwight been doing the thing. Dwight actually becoming a part of, he don't know it yet, but he's becoming part of our content team. Like the content team, he brought such a profound idea, something simple that makes so much sense for us to do, right? And he's posted it in the group, and he's going to be getting a team together to train them on how to do this, so that we can have clips and more B-roll on the screen. I could do it, but it's so much other stuff that I'm doing, and I'm trying to teach other people on the team to do, so I don't have to micromanage, right? Especially when it comes to video editing. I'm in my bag with the edits. Y'all seen the promo for Bryson's the Bryson Riggins docu series, not the Bryson Riggins, but the Under the Radar docu series. So yeah, hopefully y'all are tapped into what's going on here at the Coach Smook Network. And go check out that Eventbrite link. Let me get this video back up, because I want to end the show with it, with the promo for Bryson Under the Radar recruits, Bryson Riggins class. I'm excited about this. If y'all haven't noticed, I'm very excited about this one. This one it plays holds a special place in my heart for obvious reasons, right? Hometown, Under the Radar, kid being overlooked that definitely deserves an opportunity, right? And I can't wait for y'all to see the effort put into this documentary. Shout out to my cameraman. I'll do all that when we go to it. But yeah, eventbrite.com. Type in the location. You go here. You type in events, right? You click on the events, and I got to show y'all the screen. You go here. Click on events, hit the search button, and you type in Coach Smook, right? And you should have the location at Tuscaloosa. You will see it. Coach Smook tailgate party hosted by the Tailgate Party Committee. Click on that. There are no $30 tickets. All right. There are no $30 tickets. You click on that. It takes you to the homepage of the event. Y'all, this is going to be an event to remember. We are so close to the stadium, right? We're actually two parking lots over from the band practice field. It's a nice turf field. Probably gonna get out there and try to play some flag football, right? So everybody that's coming out there, if you want to come out there, play a little light game of flag football, competitive. We're gonna try to set it up to where we're playing Bama versus Georgia fans, right? Right? You get what I'm saying? And that's gonna be a vibe. Right? So yeah, jump in there, get your tickets. $60 tickets get you your access plus your regular authenticity above all Coach Smook Network t-shirt, and then the $80 ticket gets you VIP sitting in our section, meaning there will be 15 to 20 chairs available closest to the screen, whatever. VIP sitting close to it in the VIP section. So we got our VIP section, then VIP in the VIP section, get closer. I got a group of people that's going to be sitting around me that's going to be part of the actively engaged content that's going to be going on during the live show, the live game day talk, right? And we have but personnel who are going to assist us. They're going to be able to run the live at home, keep it open on StreamYard while we run that live that day, a few of them. And we're going to be able to interact live with the people that's going to be tuning into the show. And I think it's going to be a banger. I think numbers are going to go crazy during the season. Live game reaction shows. Even before I became Coach Smook Network, we used to get numbers 300, 400 for a post game reaction. So can't wait to jump into that. So go get your tickets, man. You don't want to miss that event. That's going to be one that's going to be fun. What else we got, man? And then the Under the Radar. Be sure to tune in to that. We're going to kick that off here in about 30 minutes after the show. 30 minutes. What else? What else we got going? You gonna bring your Bama pom-poms? Carly, you better. I mean, everybody gonna be turned, man. I think this gonna be a crazy good event. Crazy good event. And shout out to all the supporting moderators. We got Susan. We added her. Got to give her blue wrench, y'all. Got to give her a blue wrench. Susan coming in, showing love. The Kinesis been very active in here. A lot of people, Southern Red, been pulling up, showing love this week. I'm glad to see y'all faces. The closer we get to the season, the more I want to see you all in supporting it in any capacity. Davin Jones, good to see you in here again. JB, my brother, he looking to elevate in the network to contribute. Salt and Pepper Fire, good to see you. Check out his content, y'all. I'm telling y'all, go check out Salt and Pepper Fire. Don't do it on an empty stomach, y'all. Don't do it on an empty stomach. I'm gonna say that. Do not do it on an empty stomach. I don't think that's a smart idea. But with that being said, y'all, thank y'all for pulling up today. This has been another banger, if you ask me. Another show, great content, great reactions, great interaction. For anything else involving Coach Smook, you want to help support, you want to become a sponsor, check us out at CoachSmookNetwork@gmail.com. Send us your proposals, whatever you're bringing to the table. If you want to partner and contribute to another foundation, charity foundation, or something that supports awareness of illnesses or ailments, let us know at CoachSmookNetwork@gmail.com. And don't forget, if you have not become a member of the AAA family, if you're not a member of the AAA family, let me know. Let my moderators know, and they'll post the link. There's the link here, or you can go to the main page on YouTube and join, become a member. We have 4 different levels: AAA, AA, single A, and VIP. And they have different costs, different perks. If you are a member, please pay attention. We've been uploading member videos, a lot of behind the scenes content, a lot of clips and things of that nature that you have available before everybody else for 24 hours. So don't forget, check out this premiere at noon, y'all. I can't express it enough. There's going to be a lot of people in the chat. I will be live again in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna go. I got to put on. I'm gonna freshen up a little bit because this is going to be kind of like a recorded event that I'm going to download and post to the page as part of the series. So y'all tune in, man. I appreciate y'all. Again, I am Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and thank y'all for showing up and supporting. I'll catch y'all on the next one, and roll tide. Love you guys.
This is crazy, y'all. It didn't even used to look this good when I was coming through high school. Let's get down on the field. So we out here to talk about Bryson, man.
Yes, sir.
And I know you played a big part in his development, especially his confidence level on the field.
I remember when I first met Bryson, man, he was about 8 years old, man. He was just a little small kid running around on the field. He was playing with the defensive tight end. Refereeing the game when he ran a quarterback sweep to the left, man, and guy hit him, and he got caught up, man, and broke his leg.
Yeah.
Broke his leg at 9.
going